I have a terrible track record when it comes to predicting the outcome of sporting events. The only saving grace there for me is that I was not infected by the gambling bug. Had I been, I would be writing this from a debtor's prison. What's especially bad about my predictions is that, even with my dismal history, I can convince myself that I'm right. This time I've got it, and I believe that up to the very moment of the contest, when my confidence evaporates as I watch my latest pick to win sag to defeat. And to make it worse, every once in a while, like the notorious blind pig, I'll be right. A drop of water for a thirsty man, and just enough to keep me thinking that I know what I'm doing. I confess this because I'm going to make a few predictions on some social issues, and there's no reason to think I'll be more successful in that area than I am in sports. So get out your grain of salt. Locally, there are two black ladies involved in very complicated situations. Greatly oversimplified, they're in trouble with the authorities, one in court, the other in debt. It's clear that both women have a measure of blame, but I do not think that either one of them will be called to judgment. Each of them is aggressively contesting the charges against them, and the defense in each case is very similar. They are not so much defending themselves and their actions as they are attacking the system that has faulted them, claiming that they are the true victims. I think that strategy will prove to be successful. I think the women will emerge from this not merely intact, but triumphant, vindicated. It's a little crazy, to say the least, because both women have acted improperly and therefore deserve some sanction, but they'll prevail instead, if I'm right. Their approach is the one applied in classic judo, where you use the strength of your opponent against him. In these cases, the opponent is the system, the man, the establishment, vested authority. And in both cases, that entity has acted in a manner that I have come to call SABU, for stupid, arrogant, big, and unfair. In other words, something of a bully, an unfortunate combination that I think will trump any wrongdoing by the ladies. They will keep the focus on that system. They will say, this is not about me. Look, forget me. Look at SABU. Look at what SABU has been doing to me, and is doing, even now, here in this trial, here in this lawsuit. And people will think about this and become sympathetic to the ladies' plight, ignoring their blatant misdeeds. There are other cases of authorities acting like SABU. A young black man holding an air rifle in a store was shot to death by police, who had been summoned by a report of a gunman on the loose. The SABU part comes in not so much in the shooting as in the way the authorities handled the aftermath. Then there is the unrest in Ferguson, outside of St. Louis, where a policeman shot and killed a young black man in the street, and the town handled it as only a SABU can, causing much ill will and resentment, and not to mention the riots and looting. I'm afraid the SABU mentality is even more widespread than that. The people we call terrorists have been winning others to their side, reclaiming towns and territory, releasing videos criticizing our country and our values, and decapitating hostages who have read statements saying that it's all our fault. Of course we have to respond to this, and we say that we are going to destroy the terrorists. I think all they have to do is resist and survive, and global opinion will, in time, begin to turn against us. We are Goliath, and no one pulls for Goliath, especially when he acts like a SABU, stupid, arrogant, big, and unfair. They can defeat Goliath if they are patient and persistent, resist and survive. Goliath will wear out his welcome, and people will cheer when he goes down, and Goliath won't have any idea at all, not a clue, about what went wrong. Of course, I could be mistaken about all this.